Yeah, good morning. This is Bang Bang Rail. It's early, yeah. I just heard about that Shaun Attwood, yeah. Shaun Attwood being banned from YouTube. Can't believe it. And I've been to his studios. Can't see why they banned him, but there's a reason. When I went to his studios, very nice. Bit damp, but he had three other guys working with him. I mean, come on, the guy was trying. You know what I mean? He had 600 odd subscribers. He had 1.6 million viewers. I mean, so why did they ban him? You know what I mean? It's like he's got all them viewers, all them subscribers. What's the point? This guy's like really worked hard. I found him a nice guy. I found him a guy that didn't interrupt it when you was talking. And just a nice person. You know, I don't know too much about it. Um, Obviously, so a lot of people that watch Marvin Herbert's podcast when he run down Shaun Attwood, so obviously we want to know a little bit more about things. Obviously, go to Marvin Herbert's podcast and find out what he was saying and if that lightens you, you know what I mean. But obviously, so of all them followers he's got, why have YouTube done it? But obviously, so YouTube and Google's is in charge. They're the boss. They must got a reason for it. I'm a little bit gutted because I had an interview with him this week about my being the enforcer and my second part of my podcast. First one went down really well. It was up to 19,000 views in 4 days, so 4 or 5 days. So I was really happy about that, you know. So it was in a guy's sky high. It doesn't do me any favours on the views and subscribers, but then these people coming to my channel and look at mine. So it's done me no favours at all, you know. And I'm not running Shaun down because as far as I'm concerned, Shaun's done me no harm, and I can't see him doing anybody any harm really. And obviously, so people like Marvin Herbert and people like that now are going to get on the bandwagon and run him down, you know. But I ain't going to run him down. He's never done me no harm, and there's a few people out there that are hopefully going to say the same thing and get him back on the podcast. I know things have got to change. We don't know what he said. He might have upset the wrong people. Obviously, so he has done. He has upset the wrong people. But people out there on the podcast, people like Marvin and people like Jamie English and other people, stand by Shaun. Get Shaun back on. Don't run him down. Don't run the guy down because you've all been on his shows. You've all been on his podcast. And you've all got plenty of views out of it and plenty of subscribers. So really, don't run him down. You know what I mean? Don't run him down. You're big men. You're not little kids. Stand by this man. You know what I mean? Don't try and get your feet under the table, under his table. Try and help him get him back on the podcast. Yeah. Anyway, as I said, this is Bang Bang Radio. I'm also I was going to do a thing about my enforcer today with Shaun tomorrow. Obviously, I'm going to do it myself. I'd love to be able to interview Shaun, but I don't think I could. It would go down too well. But as I said, the people out there who are going to run Shaun down, don't run him down, mate. Help him get back on the podcast. He ain't done none of you no harm. You know what I mean? You've all been on his podcast. You've all got plenty of views, plenty of subscribers. So stand by him. You know what I mean? Because as far as I'm concerned, if you run him down, you're all slags. Really, honestly, you're all slags, mate. And you know who I am, Bang Bang Rail. Just come on my site and just come on my pod and tell me what I am. You know what I mean? And I know. And anyway, KON TV last night phoned me up and told me about this Shaun. He was gutted because he knows Shaun really well. He does quite a few podcasts with Shaun. And he's, you know, and he's gutted, you know what I mean? And I'll hold my hands up to you, Christy, for standing behind Shaun. You know, and Christy's channel's a good KON TV, so people watch his channel and give him some good subscribes and good views. Yeah, I like him. I hope, please God, that Shaun gets back on it. It's got to be cleared up. A few things got to be cleared up, but it can't be as bad as that. You know what I mean? It can't be as bad as that. And this is a lot of power. Must be a lot of power behind it because Shaun's been on it for about 10 years, I think, maybe 10, 12 years. You know, he must have to have what he's got. You know what I mean? What, you know, it's crazy. Anyway, I'm going to try maybe today and do a podcast about my subscribe. About my enforcement. Not going to go too far into it at the minute. There's a lot of things that I'm going to try and do. I'm trying to get into a book or books. Yeah. I don't think that you know, people saying, "Oh, don't be telling too many people about you know your enforcement and all that, and you know, what you've done in your life because it'll spoil the book." But why would it spoil the book? It's a book. It's a book, and it tells you about my life because there's loads of things that you miss out. You know, I sit in my bed sometimes, yeah, and I think about, oh my God, why didn't I say that? But I've just bought myself a nice receiver, a trace, a little thing that I can talk into, and I talk about my life when I pick things up. And my mate Terry, I'm always with now. He bought me it. He's the one with all the money. Went over yesterday to see him. He picked me up. Went over yesterday to see him, and so we picked. Sorry, mate. It's first thing in the morning. You know, I'm a bit punchy anyway. Yeah. Went over there, had a workout in his gym. Um, and he had all his kids over there, and he's, you know, he's, oh, sorry, mate. I know it's first year, I apologise, yeah. And he had his kids there, his grandkids there, and they was all using the pool. And come on, it's fantastic. You know what I mean? You've got these great big fucking dogs, these bull balls or what they call them, and they're running around. They're running around like lunatics, and they love the kids. Do you know what I mean? And we was there, mate, and it was baking hot. It was baking hot, you know what I mean? And I had to go with Terry to his sister's for dinner, but I didn't go because mom, because my old muck and Terry, we decided when he picked me up, where he was on his way home, to pop into a pub, into an Indian pub, and have all sorts of food, Indian food, yeah, crikey. The bill come to 75 quid, you know what I mean? But, mate, I've got to say it, wherever this pub was, yeah, the food was out of this world. I never stopped eating the patties and curries and karmas and all this that and chickens and have so much food, I swear to God. And I'm back on the creatine now, yeah, back on the creatine. I'm starting training, sort of like on it, you know. That's why I'm up quite early. I take a bit of creatine and get on to some training. I want to be back into it. I want to start looking after my body a little bit more than what it is. Everybody knows the age of me. I think I'm good, quite good for my age. I train really, really hard. Once I start training, obviously my lungs are a bit weak, and I'd love to get my lungs back together. If I was 60 again or 55, there's a few people out there who've got big mouths, you know, and say this, that, and the other, punch them away in the gaff, you know what I mean? But that's life, isn't it? You've got to get old, and you know, and no one wants to get old, but we all got to get old. And obviously we get a little bit, you know, behind ourselves, and we can't do what we used to do. But believe me, I can still have a fight. I ain't a mug, but you know, just take things as they come, nice and easy, nice and easy, nice and easy. And I've had a few rounds in the ring, but, you know, and it's okay. I have been hurt a little bit, but that's part of it. And you know, I mean, I never used to get hurt before, but that is life, isn't it? My podcast I love, my people I love that follow my podcast. People on Shaun's podcast, don't give up on Shaun. Stand by him, help him out, try and get him back on. You know, because to have all them followers he's got, and all the people that subscribe to his channel, he ain't no mug, is he? He gets the right people on. He maybe got the wrong people on this time, you know, and they don't like it. Obviously so. And as I said before, I don't want people out there who do the podcast to get on a bandwagon and slag him down. because he ain't no good. I know Marvin Herbert's lagged him down before, but that was part of what Marvin Herbert does. But he's got to try now to help him get back on the podcast because he's a guy we all want to talk to. We all want to talk to him, Shaun. We all, I'd like to interview Shaun, but I ain't that good. I ain't that good. I ain't like Marvin. I ain't like KITV. I ain't like James English. I ain't like them sort of people who are really, really good at doing interviews. I see Marvin Herbert one last night with some black guy doing an interview. I forget this guy's name, but he was good, mate. He was good. This guy was interviewing Marvin. I mean, he was a bit near the mark. Marvin mugged himself off a little bit, but that's Marvin. That's what he does. He don't stop nagging, and he puts himself deeper and deeper in shit. But that's him. The other guy, something London. I watched his bit of a podcast last night on him, and I think he's like, he's a bit near the mark. He speaks good English, and he puts it together good. Not good English, but he puts it together good. And yeah, I liked it. I liked the way he put it on. Something London, and people should follow that kid and give him plenty of views and plenty of subscribers, because he's going to go a long way. The guy who wears glasses, the guy who jumped in while over a car, whether or not we all believe that is another thing. You know what I mean? Because it seems a bit strange to me that someone can jump in your car and you got trying to click on the video. It doesn't seem like, if someone jumps in my car, all I want to do is get myself fucking on him, you know what I mean? Not be, hold up 1 minute, I'm just going to put the video on and video you. It's a bit too far fetched, a bit over the top, but that's how it is. This podcast's a funny old thing. I mean, the other day when I was in the Isle of Wight, going across the water, I did podcast it, going across the water and getting all the ferries and this, that and the other, but for some reason I shit myself. A couple of times Terry said to me, go and shut the door at the back, and then he tried to throw me over the top of the boat. So I went and I touched the wrong button, deleted the whole lot, you know what I mean? That's Terry for you. And I'm going to go over there again, and I'm going to the Isle of Wight again, and I'm going to do more about the prisons, Parkhurst, Albany and Camp Hill. There's loads of people out there watching this now who may be, in Albany, in Parkhurst, and got phones and are watching my podcast. If it's true, comment me and let me know what's going down there, yeah? Come on. I've done a lot of bird myself. Right at the very end of my bird, we all have phones. Everybody have phones, so don't try and make out. Come on, comment me, yeah, and let me know what's going on in there. You know what I mean? I know it ain't easy for you lot at the minute because of this corona shit. And you're all banged up. I can't make out, why they're banging you up, because the ventilation in there goes from. It don't go for each cell. It's one continuous fucking thing that goes in the cells. So if one's got it, you're all going to get it because it goes through the ventilation shafts, doesn't it? So anyway, all you people that are doing bird at the minute, best of luck to you, and get out soon. Yeah, it ain't easy, mate. I've been there myself. Yeah, I know it ain't easy. I mean, I was there when it was prison. When prison was prison, but prison is prison now. It's being banged up is prison. Yeah, it doesn't matter how long for. You can be in there fucking 2 days or 1 day, and it's still hard work, mate. It ain't easy. So I hold my hands up to you for the people that are doing plenty of bird out there. Yeah? And we all do it for this. Most of us do it for a reason. We want to better our lives. Most of us has been molested as children, and this is what happens to us. We get molested, and it changes our life completely. And the courts don't see this. They do see it, but they're more like the ones doing it, molesting us. You know what I mean? But that is how it is. I want everybody to sort of comment, give big comments. Let me know how you feel about this. People being molested, sexually abused as children, as kids, and it's just fucked our lives up. It's ruined my life. No, I mean, I'm still a very, very strong person. I am who I am. What I'd have done if I hadn't been molested, what had I been doing now? Would I be the same as I am? Was it in me from the early days of my life, or was me being sexually abused as a child changed me into the person I am today? Because come on, I want you all to tell me how you feel about it. It's not a great thing to talk about, but it's something that really should come out as positive thinking. You know, like it should be out. We should be able to talk about it. I mean, I would love to be able to sit down, maybe, and say, you know, how many kids have been sexually abused, and are too frightened to say anything. You know what I mean? I mean, I was too frightened to say anything until at the very end that I was sexually abused such in a bad way that it had to stop there. You know what I mean? Because once you start ripping someone's fucking arse out, you know what I mean, and doing things like that, it's got to stop in it. You know what I mean? But that's life, and then I moved on to another place, and I got sexually abused even worse than that. So it happens. It happens, mate. In my era, in the 60s and the 50s, fucking hell, makes you feel old, doesn't it? You know what I mean? And well, I am old, you know what I mean? So, but I don't like to think I'm old in the respects of the way I am in my actions. You know, I mean, I'll do things like a 40-year-old do, you know what I mean? Because I've been in prison for so long in my life. It's all cocooned. I've cocooned myself. I haven't given up. I haven't given up whilst I've been in there. I've been fucking looking after my body. I was training and I was doing education. Even though I was a bit dyslexic, I was still trying. I was still trying my hardest to get out. And the only way to get out, listen to me, the IPP's in prison. I know that you may be thinking I'm talking shit, as you know, but come on. The only way out, listen, we're big, strong men. Right? Me and Fish, you know, Fish, big, strong people, mate. And I met a few people doing IPPs and they're out on the road after doing 10 years, 11, 12 years in prison, yeah. It's a long time if you only get a 2.5 year sentence, yeah. I done 10 years, Fish has done 12 years, so a couple of other guys are over 14 years. Do you know why you get out? Because you've got to do the courses, mate. I know no one wants to do these courses, no one wants to get out, no one wants to stay in prison, mate. No one wants to stay in prison and being young and being fucking over the top and going, fuck the courses, fuck that, I'm a chap. You ain't a chap, mate, because you're being in prison for the rest of your life. You've got to do your courses to get out, mate. And when you get out, stay out. I've been out, 9 years now nearly? Come on, you've got to stay out. This is why I'm doing my podcast. I want everybody to see my story. I want all these kids to see my story. To let them see, all right, I'm telling you this, I've done this, I've done that, I've been a bad boy, I've done that, I've done this, hurt him, cut him, and all this kind of shit, and, you know, and listen, the reason we do this is not to make ourselves a big time Charlie potatoes, big, you know, we do it for you kids to see that the end result of it, mate, ain't no good. The end result. None of us, the end result, have got anywhere. We're not going forward, we're going backwards. We're going backwards. Come on. The end result. You know, as you're doing these bits and pieces, you're going to work, you're robbing banks, you're robbing fucking security bags, you're hurting people, getting paid for it, you know what I mean? And you're living a good life. But all of a sudden, then people knock on your fucking door, or don't knock on your door, come through your door, or through your windows, yeah? And they're taking you away. Right? And that's a big company, mate. That's one of the biggest companies in England, everywhere in the world. And they work hard doing what they do. They get all the information they want to get, and you're nicked. They take everything from you. Big confiscation orders that I had, like a lot of people I know had. They take everything from you that you've worked for over the years. Everything. As far as they can find it. Yeah? And they're following you, find out how you live. And they're taking it all from you, mate. Big confiscation orders. How can I pay that? Exactly. How can you pay that? If you don't pay it, what happens? They give you more bird. They want that money back, mate. And what happens? You get more bird. You get more bird, and you're crying like a baby. Mate, do yourself a favour. Do your courses. Get out and fucking stay out. Stay out. Let these other people go back in prison, yeah? Not us. Not these us IPPs or people doing big birds, yeah? Get out and stay out, yeah? Do what I'm doing. Do a podcast. Send about your life. Tell them about your life stories. Do a book. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's quite early in the morning. I got out of bed early because of this Shaun Attwood thing. It was eating me last night. And I can't believe that I chucked him off the podcast. Don't forget, people out there, stand by him. Don't slag him down. Don't slag him down. Doesn't need to be slagged down, mate. You know what I mean? He's done what he's done. Everybody's now going through his what his fucking views and his subscribers. They all want it. They all go, oh, I've got to get that now. You know, there's a few people I know going, oh, fucking hell. They'll be slagging him down. Believe me, I'm telling you now, right? It's early in the morning. You're going to get people on this podcast, on these podcasts, yeah? Mark my words, running him down. I can name 3 people, right? And I ain't going to name them because they're the ones that are going to run him down. They can't help it. They can't help it. They're going to love it. They're going to wake up, oh yeah, I want his views, want his subscribers. They're all fucked up. They're not even men, mate. They're wankers. If they do that this morning, they're fucking wankers. And I'm telling them, bang, bang, Ray Hill, you're fucking wankers for doing this to Shaun. Stand by him. Anyway, good morning. Please like and subscribe. Stand by me. I ain't like Shaun, mate. I can never be like Shaun in a million years. But come on, stand by him and help me out as well. Yeah, take care and good morning to you. And have a nice day, yeah.